Okay, hi everybody. So right now we are working on the September 22nd create a poster assignment homework. We see the two pictures that we need are in Google Classroom. They are just attached as image files. So when we get there, we can just copy and paste them into our assignment. Right now on the right hand side, you see that I have typed everything and it is ready for me to go. So if you are doing this, I would suggest pausing this, go ahead and scrolling down to the last page, the third and final page, and typing just like they have it, enter where they have it, don't mess with anything else yet. And then when you are done with that, go ahead and unpause this and we will continue to go. So now what we can do is we can move on to, so we did number 1, right? We came in the text, we typed it, and we can go on to number 2. So it's the same as it always is. We can go ahead and just change our file or document name. So come up here, click this, go project 1.3, soccer registration. Mine might add a number on the end just because I've done this with several other classes before, or I did it in class. So mine probably isn't the only file named this, and that's why mine will have a number. Yours will not. So you can go ahead, and now we see that it is already, it's done its thing. We're good to go. Now we need to move on to number 3. Change the page margins to 0.25 on all sides. 0.25 is 1/4 of an inch. So we go to our layout tab, hit our margins. We can go to custom margins, and then we're just going to highlight these and I'll put these all at 0.25 or 1/4 of an inch, right? It does its thing and it will auto put the 0 and put the inch margin or inch sign. Just go ahead and put 0.25 and it will do its thing. We can hit OK. It will change it. If it doesn't, we need to go look and make sure that we don't have like a 1 before the decimal and things like that. If you have done it correctly, it will look like mine. Now we can move on to number 4. It says change the font of the entire document to impact and font size of 22. So we can go ahead and come back over to a Word document, hit Command A if you're on a Mac, Control A if you are on a PC. I'm doing this at home, so my top of my screen looks a little bit different than yours, but the files are the programs are still the same, so that won't change anything. So go ahead and make sure everything is selected. So Command or Control A, or highlight everything. We can go back to home. If you're half screen like mine, it's going to be in the 3 little dots. If you're full screen, it will just show. It'll just be right here. We want to change that so we can either put our down arrow or I can just start typing impact. So IMPAC, and it will come up, so we can do that. And we also want to change the size of the font to 22. So come back, 22, hit enter, and it changes it all to 22. Now what we're going to do is we are going to move on to number 5. On the first line of the document, insert the graphic named soccer JPEG. So we can go ahead, click right before the N, and it will unselect everything and move like that. We can hit our next button or go back. We want soccer. So we want this one, this weird, or the angry looking dude. We can click with both fingers if you're on, have a trackpad, or if you have a mouse right click. We're going to copy image, come back to our Word file, Command or Control V. I need to go back because I forgot the measurement. And we want it to have a height of 3 and a width of 5.19. We can go back to our Word file, click on our picture, make sure those little circles are there, that it's selected. We can come over here, our 3 dots, and we want a height of what? Height of 3 and a width of 1.9. So we're going to unlock that aspect ratio. We can come back over here and hit 1.9, and it will look like this. Okay. Go ahead and enter between the picture and Next Level Sports. We do want those on 2 separate lines. Okay, so now what we can do is we can we can move on to number 7. Proportion the graphic by doing the following. Wrap text to top and bottom, horizontal alignment to center. So we can click this, go to wrap text. Ours doesn't have it. That's why I had you enter when we're on Word I'm going to show you a few things in the program Word. Sorry, I was doing this on another one. Just so you can kind of see what the desktop version of it looks like versus just your Chromebook, the online version. So we can show you. So I have this guy right here. If we wrap text on the application on here, it will also have more options, right? So what top and bottom does is it will move any text so it is not on the same line as our picture, right? So it either push it up here or push it below. But I had you enter solely because ours does not do that. But what we can do is we can center align it and do B, right? So we can go ahead and go back home and we can hit our alignment tool right here. Hit the down arrow. If we hover over, we can see align center and it will do that. That is what we want. So still having our picture selected, we can move on to number 8. It says apply the snip diagonal corner white picture style to the graphic. So we're going to go back to our picture and styles are right here. So we're going to hit this down arrow. If I hover over these, do we see how that popped up where it says simple frame black or metal frame or compound frame black, things like that? That is what we're wanting, and we're wanting to find the one that says snip diagonal corner, right? So if I said soft edge, we might look at this one, right? But I want the snipped edge. What does it say? The snip diagonal corner. So we're going to keep on looking. Nope. Oh, there it is. So we're going to click that. Wait a second while it loads, and it will then do its thing. We cannot do number 9, but I am going to show you again on the desktop version so you can see. So we're going to apply our corners, and then we can apply a glow. So that would be if I can hit, this is right here. I can add a glow, and then I do believe it is one of these. But then if I did something like that, then it would have this like yellow gold around it. But we can't do that because of the online version, which is totally fine. I just want you to be aware of what that is. So then what we're going to do is move on to number 10. It wants us to center align all the text in the document. So now we can't really control A it because we've already done that to this one. So we can just highlight what we need and then go back to our home tab, our alignment, and hit center align. Golden. Now we can move on to number 11. So change the font size of the text of Next Level Sports to 48. So we want to deselect everything and just highlight Next Level Sports because everything in this bracket is what we want to change to 48. So we're in our home tab, our 3 buttons, and change that to 48. Hit enter and it will change it. Now we want to highlight the highlight color yellow to text soccer and change the font size to 36. So font or highlight color and font color are 2 different things. So we want highlight. So we're going to highlight soccer and we're going to hit this like yellow thing. If we come up here, hit our 3 dots, we see highlight here. We can hit that and we can pick what color it wants yellow. There we go. It also wants us to change the font color to 36. So I'm going to come back here and type 36 and I can hit enter. It looks like it's not highlighted, but that's just because it is highlighted. So once we click off of it, it will. And now we can go ahead and move on to number 13. It says clear all the formatting of the text of the hyperlink. So we're down, whoa. So if you notice I clicked the hyperlink, right? Because that means it's hyperlinked, so it's going to go somewhere, right? But that's not what I want. I want to get rid of all that. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight everything. I can click with 2 fingers and hit remove link, right? That works. Or if you notice, I can come over here where my cursor is right on the M and I can just hit backspace or delete 1 time and it will get rid of that. Either one of those will work. Once it's not blue anymore and has that underline, that means the link is gone. Please do not just go ahead and get rid of the underline and change it to black. I will more than likely catch it. Okay, so now we've done number 13, so we can go ahead and move on to 14, which is use the format painter to duplicate the format of text soccer to the website, the URL. So we're going to go ahead and highlight soccer, and on the home tab, we see this paintbrush looking thing. We're going to go ahead and select that. And then we're going to see how on my cursor there's a paintbrush right there. We're going to go ahead and highlight Next Level Sports, but only Next Level Sports. Okay? Then it moves it, it highlights it exactly as well. This just means so we don't have to click so many times. Imagine if we change the font and the size and the color, and it just makes it one easy click. But if I wanted to do more than one, see how my paintbrush is gone? I would have to then re-highlight whatever font or whatever I wanted to copy and click that again. Okay? But I only want that one thing. So now we don't really need to zoom in and zoom out. Now we're going to move on to number, I think that's 16. 16, delete the text, no tryouts necessary. So we're going to come over here, find no tryouts necessary, and delete it. And then the last but not least, it says on number 17, below the last text line, insert the Next Level Sports logo, resize it to 1 inch, or height of 1 inch and a width of 1.6. So we're going to go find our Next Level Sports. We can go ahead, right click or click with 2 fingers. We want to enter and Control or Command V. And just like we did the other one, we want to resize it. So we're going to go ahead and click it, go to our picture tab, and we want it, oh, I need to double check it. I forgot. I think it's a height of 1. Yeah. Height of 1. So we're going to go ahead, height of 1 and a width of 1.6. So it already did it just like that. So we then can go ahead and download this or save a copy and turn it into Classroom, and you will be golden. All right, have a great day, guys.